welcome back to Rough Rustos for yet another video on the L322. It's been a while, but if you're like me and you haven't got the standard wheels, standard tyres and all that, you might find your Speedo slightly, well, see, standard, a lot of cars have it set up that you have a few miles an hour grace in there. So if you're doing on a Speedo what you think is 70, you're actually probably doing maybe 67, 68. The L322 is very accurate, I found, on the Speedo, especially compared to old cars where you could have a good up to 10% out. But when you fit bigger wheels, potentially with some different tyres or bigger tyres, you then alter your rolling radius. That makes it higher, which in turn puts you at a faster speed because you're covering more ground, but your ABS sensors and that are only reading the same amount of rotations. So they still think you're going 70, but in fact you're actually covering more ground, which then means you think you're doing 70, and you could actually be doing 70, you could be doing 71, 72, depends on the size of the tyres you've got fitted. Now when I had my 22-inch wheels on there, I can't remember what, I think it might have been 40 profile tyres, they did bring it up to being like on par, so the Speedo was mostly dead on accurate, which means you've got no real grace there. Oh, I've got a puppy. What do you want? What do you want, silly? But since fitting the 20-inch L405 wheels with the all-terrain tyres, it's now even bigger rolling radius, and I think I could even be potentially in the danger zone, so I could be doing 71 when I'm reading 70. So let's go out a minute, check how accurate they are, and then what we're going to do is we're going to alter the configuration to bring us back into tolerance again. So having a quick look around to see what the factory tyres are versus, no, wrong page a minute, that was from the last video. From here, we're looking at, we got about a 4% increase in rolling diameter, overall diameter, which then means the circumference is 4% more as well, because basically we've got a 12% width increase and then a 12% sidewall increase, which means at 70 here we're going to be looking at, now from the old tyres we're looking at doing 72.8, so we've got about 3 miles an hour gain just because of tyre size. And like I said before, if it used to read 68 miles, or you used to be doing actually 68 miles an hour whilst the display was saying 70, you're now actually going to be doing 71 whilst the display says 70. So you've lost that little bit of tolerance you might need one day if you're faced with a nice man with a speed gun in front of you. So I'd rather have that safety net than being right on it. So what we now need to now go do is correct. So according to this here, we've gone from a 30-inch diameter to a 31.2, or a 7.62 to a 7.92 mil. So let's go and alter that. So let's give us a quick go a minute. So I'm just going to go 10 miles an hour in the car a minute and see what we get there. Go slow enough for that. Okay, yeah, and then 30. So 30, yeah, we're dead on 30 as well, but up 60. So at the minute we are like 100% accurate, basically, sort of mile per mile, yeah. So I'll just plug my GAP IID in, and what we're going to do is we're going to jump into car config, load up the configurations. So obviously now we worked out we're 100% accurate, so it's not overreading luckily, but it's too close for me. So I confirmed list, instrument pack. Now, supposedly, all of these ones here, tyre size, tyre aspect, tyre width, all that supposedly mean nothing. What we actually want is either down the bottom here, tyre size, MSB, IPC, or tyre rolling radius. Depends on your vehicle as to which one works. You have to try both. Now, I think commonly on these L322s, the MSB IPC works. But I've heard conflicting things here now. It's a set of 31, and I've heard that people say you have to turn it down. So, obviously, standard, it should be about 29-ish, and I've gone up to like 31. It's already at 31. So, based on what the internet said, let's just turn it down to 29 a minute, and we'll see if we get what we get. So let's upload it. So rather than being really scientific, perfect, we're just gonna have a go, change it, and see what happens. Because looking around, there seems to be no real guaranteed. Just do this and do that. I've been getting conflicting answers, so we'll give us a go and go from there. 61, 60 on a Speedo. Yeah, so now we have 3 miles an hour grace, which is exactly what we wanted. Okay, so driving back then, when we got to about 70 miles an hour, it was reading about 65, and at 60 it was reading about 57. So all that is pretty good. What I might do is meet in the middle. So we knocked that figure down a minute, the car config. Yes. So we knocked that figure down from 31 to 29. I put it at 30. I think we're going to be about perfect. We'll be a few miles an hour off our target. So, instrument pack, and then down to our IPC 29. Let's go to 30. And that will surely be exactly what we want. Upload it. Yes. Ideal. And there we go, as simple as that. Now, I'd love to tell you as to why changing that figure to a lower number does what it does, but I don't know, and looking around the internet, I couldn't seem to find out why either. But it just works. So now by knocking that 1 digit off, we've gained a few miles an hour grace, which is exactly what I wanted, especially with doing this big old trip coming up, or might now already be previously. Wanted a bit of accuracy there. So yeah, if you've made your, put bigger tyres on it, put bigger wheels and vice versa, then end up bigger tyres, jump into GAP IID, change that setting, or the other one, and you're good to go. Yeah, hopefully this video helps you. There's plenty of other videos on the channel, a load on this one, a load on other L322s I've owned, anything from tuning to replacing transmissions, servicing the engine, various upgrades, all sorts. So why not jump back, have a look at them, and keep an eye out for future videos. So if you liked it, drop the video a like, drop a comment, especially if you seem to know what those settings actually mean, because I don't. And like the video, and obviously subscribe for plenty more. I've been Jordan, thank you for watching, cheers.